What's up, Sam? So I gave you a few drills. Most of them sound like you got them. I'll show you three that might have been more confusing. The first one is slab fencing. We do this drill a lot at DSHF. It's fun as hell. It can work with a really big number of people. You do like a King of the Hill style. Someone stays in until they get knocked out, and then that person stays in. You don't need really any gear, so it's nice. It's really good at teaching timing, tactical thinking, range, all that shit. So the idea is Kenny and I are both going to be in a fencing stance, and we only have two targets. We have the tip of the shoulder, and we have the tip of the knee, right? And that's it. And so you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can, step back and stuff, but then that changes to the other side being the target, right? And so we're going to do everything we can. We're going to try not. It's important not to let it turn into like slap boxing because it feels like that, and it'll turn into that quick. So you got to make sure it doesn't. But you'll see we're using our arms to kind of like parry and stuff, kind of like swords. Yeah. So let's go. Kind of working on the kind of thinking we do in fencing, right? Where if I'm in guard, no matter how fast I am, I'm not going to be able to just reach out and touch him unless I really catch him making a mistake. So we're throwing attacks with the assumption that the person can deal with them. Can we deal with their counter so we can get them on the back? We're making plans, we're making traps, all that kind of shit. Okay, that's pretty much it. The next one is follow the leader. We do this. The only thing you need is like a glove or something little like this. Kenny, I think, has never played this version, so I'll explain it to you. So we go in a fencing stance, put our hands up, back of hand to back of hand. We put the glove right there, like that. Now the idea is, so I'll start leading, you'll be following. Okay. I'm going to walk around, and Kenny is going to follow me using fencing footwork. So that means, and he's going to use his posture too, so he's going to maintain this upright posture. He's not just going to be stepping and shifting his weight. He's going to be gliding along like that, right? And the idea is that I'm trying to get him to drop the glove, but I can't ever pull my hand back, right? So the only way I can get him to drop the glove is to like make him think we're going this way, and then as he steps that way, I come back and he doesn't get there in time. Run out of breath from talking. Okay, ready? Right, so little steps. I step in, he tries to follow, I step back. So what he's working on is maintaining this range, being really dynamic, and responding to the cues I'm giving him, right? And stepping in such a way that he can bail out on steps in the middle of the step and go in the other direction. There you go. We can do things to get him tangled up and shit. Here, you switch.
Am I leading up?
You'll lead now. Right, that's what we're looking for. So we call that follow the leader. Variation on follow the leader is doing with swords. So we're going to put on masks. Gorget, you're going to want for this a mask. Cup is optional.
God, I didn't open my bag up over the weekend.
Yeah.
Wow, that's just.
Oh no!
Still.
All your gear stayed in there.
Still fucking
Since
wet.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Luckily I can wash everything, but
That's the fucking worst.
yeah.
Okay, so this game's gonna work really similarly, but now we're gonna go week to week, right? And so the reason we do it at this range, this isn't like the range you want to be at all the time when it's sword fighting, but it's a good home base to be able to go to unconsciously, to just always know where the range is. And the reason why is when we're week to week, I can't hit Kenny's hands and he can't hit my hands without a step forward. Okay, so this is the range, we're right on the edge of Krieg, right? In German we call it Krieg. So like a middle measure. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to walk around. He's going to use his fencing footwork, fencing stance. he's gonna maintain this range. We'll show you that and then we'll show you some variations. Alright, like that. Now, if you're doing this right, as a follower, you're gonna get really tired really quick, that's good. If you can do this casually for 2 or 3 minutes as the follower, it means you're not doing it right. It means you're not engaging your core, you're not maintaining that height, you're not gliding, you're not using good footwork. Okay, so some variations on this. You can do it with drives. So, we're fencing, and Kenny starts pushing on me. He starts like an assault, right? Where he's marching on me. He's going like cut, 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 right? The ability to maintain the range that I want, to be able to safely parry what he's doing, if that's what I'm choosing to do. I can choose to charge in if I want to, but be able to safely maintain that range while having a fighting platform to do my parry. I can attack him at the time that it's most ideal. To practice that, we practice charges in this game. And so how that's going to work is, I'm going to be casually going around Kenny like this. We're going to be doing follow the leader, and every now and again, I'm just going to move forward like that. And his goal is to, at that point, he'll be, using fencing footwork, but when I charge, he's going to do that kind of crab shuffle, right?
Maintain the range.
Maintain range. Don't pass feet. Don't step back and forth. You're maintaining square hips, square shoulders, so that as you're parrying, doing whatever you're doing, you can reach out and touch him with the cut that becomes necessary. And you can charge him forward in the reverse direction. So we'll show you that real quick. Okay, so being able to stop is important too. Right? Kind of like that. There are a bunch of variations on this game. I think the last big one is like in, out, or ring and range, and the idea there is, so this is one of the ranges where you want to be able to just unconsciously know my hands are safe, they can't get my hands, and I'm a half step in from being able to get their hands or their torso, right? So we want to know that range really well, back of our head. Another range that's really good to know is close range, and ideally if you go for like the crown, we're looking for a range where if I reach out, I can't really get his hand. If I can get his hand, that's good, that's a range we use a lot, but now we're in wrestling range, right? We're using a different set of skills. To be able to wrestle well, we want to hard code the ability to call this range out, right? This is the range right at the edge of, instead of the edge of Krieg, this is the range on the edge of ringing, which is wrestling in the German system. So we're going to be doing this. We're going to be moving around. Every now and again, I'm going to say in, and Kenny's going to rush in to this range, right? Now when he does, every now and again, I'm going to reach out and try and tag his hand. If I can hit his wrist or his hand, it means he's a little too close, right? So he's going to try and maintain this range where he's just out of reach of this hand, right? He's just out of reach of the wrestle, okay? And then when I call out, he'll bring it back out against this range, and he's going to do so dynamically, okay? All right, let's give that a shot. And follow close. So he's going to stay at this range, and he's going to keep following close. I'm going to reach out every now and again, paw at him, to remind him of the range he's looking for. Out. I'm going to go back out. In. Out. And then you can throw in charges, right? And throw all kinds of variations in. I think those were the three you had questions about. Hopefully that makes sense, is helpful. Have fun.